Okay, hello. This is going to be a tarot reading on Taylor Swift. As always, if you hear anything in the background, that's just my dog snoring and messing about, so please ignore that. Now, I actually already did a reading on her relationship with Joe Alwyn, so I'm not really going to delve too much into that again in this reading. If you want to see anything about that, then just go watch my other video. But let's see what comes up here. Okay, there's a couple things here for Taylor Swift. First of all, I do see some thoughts about children coming up, about pregnancy, about having babies in the future. I think she does really like the idea of having a child at some point, or at least she does right now. I kind of said a little bit more in my relationship reading on her that I saw some marriage in the future, so if that's coming up, then babies, family, all of that is probably on her mind as well. See, this is also playing into something that came up when I was looking at the future for her and Joe Alwyn in their relationship. I said in that reading that I saw somebody from Taylor Swift's past coming back to try to cause some issues for her. I'm pretty sure I pulled the devil for that situation. And I also said it would come up when she was releasing something new, which is basically also just what it's saying here. When she's releasing something new, when she's creating something and coming out with something, this person's going to try to manipulate an already difficult situation. I'm going to pull some more cards, but it's making me think if there was like a bad situation that came up in the past, a bad public situation, a scandal that she went through, I feel like this person could almost bring it up again and try to manipulate the public against her. Pull some more cards on this though. Six of Cups. Whatever this was, it happened in the past, but it's going to get brought back up again. Potential water sign male who will be bringing this up again and coming back. It doesn't have to be a water sign necessarily, but it kind of gives me the feeling of like a very emotional man. A very emotional man, potential water sign from her past. But whoever he is, there were issues between them in the past, and he's pretty committed to causing this drama for her. He wants this to happen, and he will make it happen. whoever this guy is, he feels betrayed by Taylor Swift. He feels like she went behind his back and betrayed him. I feel like he has some sort of information as well on her. He might think this information is more important than it actually is, though. It feels like a very small bit of information that I don't think is going to mean very much. But he will want to release it. I'm kind of thinking, is this possibly Jake Gyllenhaal? Because, you know, I know they got into some issues. I don't know if he's a water sign. I don't know much about him at all. But it's also saying that there's like trying to change the tide, I guess would be the way I'd say it, trying to change people's perception. Because I feel like whatever happened, if it's him, if it's not him, whatever happened between her and whoever this person is, it affected the way he's seen. I don't think he's seen in a particularly positive way because of whatever happened between them. So I feel like he's trying to change that. He's trying to change things and change perceptions of him. Let me pull some cards on her and Jake Gyllenhaal's situation. They might be able to see if it's him. Okay. Yeah, I think it could very strongly be Jake Gyllenhaal, who's going to cause the issues for her. Allegedly, I see it could be him. Because, yeah, the card I pulled specifically for his feeling, for her, like to signify him in this particular spread, he came up as the devil, which obviously showed up in the cards before. The feeling that I get from these cards is I feel a lot of anger from him, to be honest. I do feel a lot of anger from him towards her. Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that he was like, why did you bring this all up again? Like, we'd moved on, we were moving on, like everything, it was in the past, we moved on. I also get the feeling that he thinks that she's portrayed herself as being more innocent in their relationship than she actually was, being more kind of naive and innocent and young in their relationship than she actually was, at least from his perspective. And I feel as though he thinks that she did that because it was more profitable, because it would make people look at her in a better light than him. Now, from Taylor Swift, to signify her, I pulled the Three of Wands. So I do think that she actually is kind of wanting to move on and wanting to be done with this now. But I think she kind of ruffled his feathers a bit too much when she released All Too Well and did like the performances, because everyone knew it was him. So even though she's like looking forward, looking, you know, into the future, kind of moving on, she's like, I've released all of this, all of these feelings into this song, and I've put it out there in the public. And she's kind of like, okay, now I'm done with it. I've released it, I'm done with it. But he's not. His feelings are still hurt. He's still like he's still like, I just get this feeling of him being like, I was not the bad guy. Now, obviously, this is just what I'm picking up from the cards and intuitively from the energy. Like, I'm not saying that he wasn't a bad guy. I don't really know what the situation was. Let me pull some more cards, though, just to see what else I can pick up from this. But I would say he is the one that is looking to cause some issues for her, allegedly, in the future. Okay, this is a little bit more of Taylor Swift's energy than his now. Once again, I feel like she's just kind of... She feels like after she released that project and All Too Well and everything that came out of that, she kind of... It's like it's done. It's done now. That's been released. I feel like it was just getting those feelings out for her that maybe she hadn't been able to properly process or deal with since their relationship. I actually think it was emotionally quite good for her to release All Too Well, the 10-minute version, and kind of get into things a bit more and put that out there. I actually feel like that was good for her emotionally, and it helped her get over some things that she still felt from that situation. I don't really feel like she cares about him at all anymore. I feel like she's very much done with him. I mean, there were some hurt feelings still lingering just from the situation. But as I said, I feel like releasing All Too Well and kind of getting it out there fully, like the 10-minute version, and going into things a bit more in that song, it released a lot for her. I feel like she managed to deal with it. Yeah, she doesn't really care about him at all anymore. I feel like she's just focused on... There's something here that contractually she's doing that she's focused on. I don't know if this is to like re-releasing her albums, like re-recording and re-releasing her versions, but it's like something... What is this? It's like something she's contractually needing to do. Okay, so there's two things with these cards as well. Whatever scandal or drama that's going to happen, as I've said before, he's biding his time. It's not going to happen right now, I don't think. And it will be about something involving their past. I feel like this is also talking about her re-recording her albums, though. I'm trying to think of what one she's supposed to do next. I think it's Reputation that she's supposed to do next. But I don't really know for sure, but I think it is. Either way, she's kind of focused on consistently doing that, going over things. It's actually quite it's actually been quite an interesting experience though for her, I feel, in re-recording a lot of her old stuff, because it's just bringing back memories, about her life, about when she was a lot younger. But I don't know if she's actually recording right now. I don't know, I feel like if she is recording right now, I feel like she might be recording something new rather than re-recording something, if that makes sense. Kind of like how All Too Well was, obviously it was on Red, but this was like a much longer version that she'd re-recorded. It's almost like that in that it's something relating to the old, but technically it's new, if that makes sense. But whenever she does something next, the drama's going to start. So yeah. So I feel like I kind of got a bit of future information already, but let me just pull some stuff to see what's going on in the future for her. See if there's anything else I can see. Okay, this is speaking about marriage again as well. Kind of what I've said in the other reading though, which is just that the marriage is coming. I just don't think, I think they're going to be very quiet about it. But yeah, I went into more detail in the other reading. I'm going to pull some more cards in a minute because there's something here about her feeling trapped and burdened by something and wanting to move on. I'm just going to pull some more cards in a second just to see if I can specifically see what that is. There's also something here about I feel like this could be Jake Gyllenhaal once again because the King of Cups showed up at the beginning of the reading. But I do see her, this could be someone else though. I'll just be, let's just say it could be someone else. But I do actually see her potentially releasing another song or doing something to hurt this person's ego. It's almost like taking them down a peg. So I see that if she's not actually working on that now, I feel like that's almost like in her mind, like she's thinking about it. But let me pull some more cards for what this burden is. Okay, this is something to do with contracts that she's being burdened and trapped by and wanting to move on from. I know she's had issues with her contracts and that's why she's had to re-record things, and I don't really know what her current situation is with certain contracts, but it's whatever it is that she feels trapped, she feels like it's a burden, she wants to move on from it. I feel like there's also something affecting her money involving contracts. It's just a chaotic situation that she's going through there. And I don't know whether this is relating to a new contract or what. I don't know the specifics of what she's been going through. But it's just like, she just wants to move on from it. But but she's persevering with things. She's trying to move on from whatever's going on. So that's kind of what I see for Taylor Swift. Thank you for watching, and that is it.